If I told you that a little forgotten spice, smaller than your thumbnail, would re-energize your body and maybe even spark things up in the bedroom in just a minute. No matter your age, your medications, or past experiences, would one bite help restore the vitality you thought was gone for good? I know it sounds hard to believe, but stick with me because what I'm about to share could really change things. I'm Dr. Anya Sharma. For nearly 2 decades, I've been helping people navigate aging with energy and well-being, helping them regain what the years and life can sometimes take away. Confidence, good circulation, vitality, and that feeling of being fully alive. Not through expensive prescriptions or quick fixes, but by tapping into what your body still remembers when you give it the right support. And here's the interesting part, the answer isn't a brand new discovery or some fancy gadget. It's a spice that's been right there all along. Something your family might have used in the past, and that science now confirms works even better than we thought. The irony? You've probably passed it in your kitchen countless times, never realizing its potential. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you how chewing this one spice for just a minute can open up your blood vessels, ease the stress that can impact your hormones, support healthy gums for good circulation, and help you sleep better so your body can naturally recover. I'll walk you through it, and I promise that by the end, you'll know exactly how to use it and what you might expect in the first week, 2 weeks, and month. Before we get into this helpful method, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of the natural wellness tips I share. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I know how to best support you. Okay, let's start with the heart of this discovery because it's important to understand what makes this little spice so effective. The key is a natural compound called eugenol. This is what gets your blood flowing, helps your blood vessels relax, and helps your body respond like it used to, maybe even better. Let me explain how it works. 1. Eugenol, the secret ingredient that makes it all work. I'll always remember when a patient said to me, "Dr. Sharma, I just want to feel like myself again." He wasn't talking about six-pack abs or running marathons. He was talking about connection, confidence, vitality, that quiet strength a person feels when their body is working well. That's what led me to explore natural options. And I kept coming back to this powerful compound, eugenol. Eugenol is abundant in cloves. When you chew a clove or two, the oils released contain this amazing substance. But eugenol doesn't just stay in your mouth. It enters your bloodstream almost right away through the mucous membranes. And what it does next is where the magic happens. Eugenol acts as a vasodilator. It helps your blood vessels relax and open, especially those smaller ones that support intimacy. As we get older, those vessels can become less flexible. That's why blood flow isn't always what it used to be. Eugenol is like a natural massage for your arteries, gently opening them and allowing blood to flow freely again. It's not forced, not artificial, just a reawakening of what your body once did so easily. What makes this even more powerful is that eugenol encourages the production of nitric oxide, which those little blue pills try to mimic. But this is about biology, not just chemistry. And it's happening naturally without the side effects, the headaches, or the crash afterward. Many people describe a gentle warmth, a sense of circulation returning within minutes. It's subtle but significant. And if that's what one compound can do, wait until you hear what this spice does for the stress that might be quietly affecting your vitality. Let's talk about that next. 2. Why things might feel different with age and how clove helps. I've had so many people come to me saying the same thing. It's just not working like it used to. And I always say, it's not a personal feeling. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's biology. As we age, the smaller blood vessels that are important for intimacy can narrow and stiffen. They lose their flexibility. Years of stress, processed foods, inflammation, and not enough movement can take their toll. The result, blood flow isn't what it used to be. And without that surge of blood, things might not happen as easily. But here's something doctors don't always say, these changes aren't always permanent. They can be reversible. That's where clove comes in and why it's such a helpful ally. Remember eugenol. It's not just helping your blood vessels relax, it's also helping to restore flexibility to the inner walls of those vessels. Think of it like cleaning out a pipe and smoothing it out. The blood starts to flow more easily, more fully, and where it needs to go. Some of my patients have told me that after using this method daily for just a couple of weeks, they felt a noticeable difference. Not because of a pill, not because of a miracle, but because their circulation was finally working better. That's the beauty of this natural method. It doesn't force your body. It just allows it to return to its natural state. But even with great blood flow, one invisible force can shut things down. And chances are, it's been quietly affecting you for years. Let's uncover it next. 3. How to do the 1-minute clove method, step by step. You know, the best solutions are often the simplest. And this method has helped so many of my patients feel more like themselves again. No prescriptions, no awkward doctor's visits, no waiting at the pharmacy. Just a small, intentional thing you can do right in your kitchen. And the best part, it only takes a minute. Here's exactly what I tell my patients to do. Take 2 or 3 whole cloves. Not the powdered kind, but whole dried cloves. Ideally organic, but any good quality clove will do. Place them between your back teeth, where your chewing is strongest. Slowly bite down until you feel them crack open. And here's the key, don't rush. Let the oils coat your tongue and mouth. Breathe through your nose. Stay relaxed. For the first 30 seconds, just hold those broken pieces in your mouth. Let your saliva mix with the oils. You might feel a strong, warm sensation. It's intense, yes, but that's a good sign. It means the eugenol is being absorbed through the membranes in your mouth, heading straight into your bloodstream. Then slowly begin chewing, not forcefully, just enough to fully break the clove down. Keep it in your mouth for another 30 seconds, working the oils through your saliva. That's it. You can either swallow the remnants or spit them out. Both are fine. What makes this method so effective is how quickly it works. Some people say they feel a difference within minutes. Their head clears. They feel more present, more grounded in their body. But chewing cloves isn't just about blood flow and energy. It also unlocks something most people could really use and might not even realize they're missing. Let's talk about that next. 4. When to use the technique for best results. One of the most common questions I get, usually after someone has tried the clove method for the first time and felt that warmth, is when should I use it to get the best results? And the truth is, timing can make a big difference. Like anything powerful, it's not just about doing it, it's about when you do it. Think of it as tuning an instrument. You want everything in harmony. Your hormones, your nervous system, your blood flow. For many, the evening is the best time. About an hour before bed, when you're winding down, chewing cloves at that time helps relax the nervous system and prepares your body for better sleep. And that's not just about rest. Deep, restorative sleep is when your body produces the most hormones. That's your foundation. Nighttime use sets the stage for the next day, better energy, clearer focus. But don't forget the morning either. Using this method first thing on an empty stomach helps jumpstart circulation and sets a calm but alert tone for your day. Some like to use it before workouts or walks. Others prefer it before intimacy, 30 to 45 minutes beforehand, for that added sense of connection and stamina. The key is to listen to your body. Stay consistent. Daily use builds momentum over time. This isn't a one-time trick. It's a daily investment in your well-being. And if you're wondering how something so simple can lead to such big changes, it helps to understand what might be holding your body back in the first place. There's one silent force most people never suspect, and it's been affecting your strength from the inside out. Let's expose it next. 5. But that's just the beginning. Let's talk about stress. I can't tell you how many people I've sat with, people who eat well, stay active, even follow all the right advice, but still feel like something's off. Their energy is low. Their desire comes and goes. And when it comes to intimacy, their bodies just don't respond the way they used to. That's when I ask them one question. How's your stress? The room usually gets quiet. They sigh. And then I hear the truth. Worries about finances, health, relationships, aging. It's a lot to carry. And most don't realize just how much that silent pressure is affecting their vitality. You see, chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, a hormone that's supposed to help you in moments of danger, not stay elevated all day, every day. But most are living in a near constant state of tension. And here's the frustrating part, cortisol and testosterone don't work well together at high levels. When one goes up, the other goes down. That means the more stress you carry, the less testosterone your body makes and the less your body responds. This is where clove becomes more than just a circulation booster. It actually helps regulate the stress response. The compound beta-caryophyllene found in cloves binds to receptors in the brain that signal safety and calm. In just minutes, you might feel a release in your chest, a clarity in your mind, a letting go of pressure that's been building for years. And as cortisol lowers, testosterone can finally rise again naturally. You might start feeling more like yourself without even realizing it at first, but it's real. And there's another benefit that comes from this stress relief, one that works quietly while you sleep. And it might just be the missing piece in your hormone recovery. Let's talk about that next. 6. Chewing cloves equals better sleep equals more testosterone. If there's one thing I've seen time and again, it's this: the moment sleep starts to suffer, everything else starts to unravel. You can eat well, exercise, take every supplement, but if your sleep is broken, your hormones don't stand a chance. That's because most of your hormone production, your repair work, your healing happens at night, specifically during deep, uninterrupted sleep. But how many are actually getting that kind of rest anymore? So many tell me they lie awake at 2 a.m., mind racing. Or they fall asleep fast, but wake up several times a night, never feeling fully rested. And then they wonder why their energy is low, why desire feels like a memory, or why they just can't get going the way they used to. The answer, more often than not, is poor sleep. That's where cloves come in, not just as a circulatory aid, but as an ally for the nervous system. The compounds in cloves, especially eugenol and beta-caryophyllene, don't just relax the blood vessels. They also calm the part of your brain that regulates your sleep cycle. When chewed in the evening, about an hour before bed, cloves help ease you into a deeper, more stable sleep. Many people tell me they start dreaming again. They wake up with more clarity, more energy, and more often than not. That's not a coincidence. That's hormones doing their job again. So, if you've been struggling to feel rested or wondering why your drive has faded, start paying attention to how you sleep. Because improving that one area can have a positive impact on your whole system. But cloves don't stop there. What if I told you that even your gums, the health of your mouth, could be secretly affecting your vitality? Let's uncover that surprising link next. 7. Gum health could be affecting your vitality. Cloves can help with that, too. It might sound strange at first, but I've seen it too many times to ignore. Someone comes to me complaining of low energy and no clear explanation for why. Their blood pressure looks fine, their labs are decent, but then I ask one simple question: how's your dental health? And that's when the truth comes out. Bleeding gums, receding gum lines. Most people never imagine that what's happening in their mouth could be affecting their overall health. But the science is clear. It's all connected. Your mouth is a gateway to your circulatory system. When you have gum issues, whether you notice it or not, bacteria from your mouth enter your bloodstream. They travel through your body, creating inflammation that can damage blood vessels. Studies have even shown that those with gum issues are more likely to experience certain health challenges. That's not a coincidence. That's biology. Now, here's where cloves become more than just a helpful spice. They become a daily detox. Clove oil is one of nature's most powerful natural antiseptics. When you chew whole cloves, those antibacterial compounds go to work immediately. They begin neutralizing the bacteria in your mouth before they can ever reach your bloodstream. It's fast, effective, and you can feel it working, sometimes with just a single chew. It's one of the simplest yet most overlooked steps in supporting full body health. And when your mouth is healthy, your blood flows better, too. But now that your vessels are opening, your hormones are climbing, and your systems are running smoother, what should you expect next? Let me walk you through what happens week by week once you commit to this powerful habit. 8. What to expect in the first week, 2 weeks, and month. One of the most rewarding parts of working with people is watching their expressions change over time. I'll never forget one person. He came to me skeptical and a little embarrassed. We started the Clove Method together, and I asked him to stay consistent for just 1 month. After 1 week, he called and said, "Dr. Sharma, something's happening. I feel more awake in the mornings. That was just the beginning. In the first week, most people notice subtle shifts, a warm sensation in the body, a clearer head, slightly deeper sleep, a little more motivation to move or take a walk. It's not dramatic, but it's there, and it's the signal your body is beginning to respond. By day 14, things often pick up. Energy increases. Mornings feel different, more alert. Sometimes with the return of something you haven't felt in years. It's not magic. It's circulation coming back online. By day 30, many people tell me they feel like a different person. Not only do they feel stronger, but their confidence shifts. They carry themselves differently. Their partners notice. Even if things haven't fully resumed yet, the connection starts to rebuild. And that's the real goal, to feel like yourself again. To live in a body that feels alive, not stalled or shut down. But remember, this is just the beginning. Because once you unlock this strength, the real question becomes, how do you hold on to it and protect it for years to come? In our final message, let's talk about how to turn this simple habit into a lasting foundation for lifelong vitality. Conclusion: the strength you've been waiting to feel again. I've spent nearly 2 decades working with people just like you, people who quietly carry the weight of fading energy, lost confidence, and the fear that their best days might be behind them. But I promise you, they're not. This one simple habit, chewing a few cloves for a minute, can do more than just improve blood flow. It calms your nerves, supports sleep, and even cleans your mouth to protect your heart. I've seen it re-energize, and most importantly, bring people back to themselves. If you've made it this far, your body is already asking for change, and now you know what to give it. The decision is yours. Keep hoping for a miracle or start building one with your own hands. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to begin. Start tonight and let your strength return one day at a time.